welcome, welcome, welcome. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a chat. And I think it has been. It's been weeks. It's been weeks and weeks and weeks. Or at least it feels like it's been months. It hasn't been months. So I've been under the weather. I got just a basic head cold, nothing too crazy, and then my asthma kicked in. And then it got worse and worse. Anyway, I've got medications, I've got lots of stuff happening, and I'm starting to feel human again. I slept for like 6.5 hours uninterrupted last night, and that's the first time in 3 weeks that's happened. So that is just been, so I feel good. I feel good. So I don't know how long we're going to stream for today. We'll have to just wait and see. But I wanted to get some crafty time, and I had mail, and I've had a couple of little mini projects that I started and have been working on because I don't want to work on my big projects. Because I've been coughing so much, all the muscles in my hands and arms are sore and tense. So it was changing my tension too much. So I started some little projects where it wouldn't matter. So first things I want to show is something that came in the mail the other day, which is this book. I got in on the pre-order for it. Just bought it off Amazon. I should probably make you an Amazon link. I'll add one in. But this is a really interesting read. So I was having a good look through it. Let me just move some stuff here, and I will go to this so we can chat and I can flick through it. Oh, are you gonna focus on this? Here we go. Look, I want to look at this book. Thank you. And the first thing I want to say is how nice it feels. You know how some people, they do books and then they just go with crappy paper. That Chantel has not gone with crappy paper. It is beautiful. This is basically a book if you want to get started in sweaters. So if you've not made a sweater before, if you have not braved it yet, because it is a big, an effort and time. This, from what I was reading, it seems to be a really great description of the different styles, the constructions, the different sizing standards, how it all works. I'm trying not to give away too much here because I think it should just be there. And this is one of the things I love. Like, I've just flipped open to this page, but basically, not being a yarn snob and using yarnsub.com, so understanding you can switch out the yarns for patterns and going into the what happens there and why. Looking into the breaking your patterns into sections and just breaking them down into bite-sized pieces. I love how she's got these TLDRs, too long didn't read. So you've got like this whole section, and then she's just like blub a little bit of information there. I think that's a really cool thing to do, because sometimes people are like, meh, not interested in any of this waist shaping, underarm shaping, short row shaping, bust darts, not interested in any of that. And here's the TLDR for it. But then at the back of the book as well, she's got some really great patterns. Like, I saw this one. Where is it? Where did it go? I just saw it a second ago. This stripy jumper. There's the image. Come on. I love that stripy jumper. That just looks so light and comfy. She calls it the Neapolitan pullover. So, and there's actually like quite a few little patterns in the back here, and they're not hugely truncated patterns. Like, so sometimes when you get patterns in pattern books, they really truncate them down to try and take up less page space. She's not done this here because she knows that we're not assuming knowledge. Because let me know in the chat, how many times have you bought a pattern and it assumes you have knowledge that you don't have? So I highly recommend this Sweater Success to go and check it out, especially if you're a first-time sweater knitter. Go and check it out. She makes lots of things with chunky yarns. Can you please bring this book to the catch up of the week? Yes, I can. I'll pop it in my bag for sure. But yeah, it's just such a nice book. And while a lot of us feel like we're beyond the basics, we're making more interesting things, or we're already past this, I still was learning new things, and I've made quite a few tops. Now, I still consider myself a pretty beginner / intermediate cardigan and garment maker. Where it comes to lace and shawls, I'm up there, but when it comes to actual fitted garments that fit me, so being able to customize everything, I'm still fairly new in that realm, and this goes into a lot of details. So I wish I had have had this sooner, but it's only just been released. So I couldn't have had it sooner, but I wish I had have had it sooner. So don't be me. Go and get this before you get started. Now, I'm just going to pop this over there. So that's with other things I need to take out this weekend. Now, since I've had my hair cut, right, it's been doing my head in, right? It's just wild and woolly, okay? It's short, the curls have gone crazy, and I've been trying to come up with like things to deal with it, and I don't like putting product in my hair all the time because it feels awful. And anyway, so I've been trying to make some headbands, and so I made a caliometry, which I love. I made a shorter version of it because the full version's too big for my head. I have a little head. So, and this one was too big. Like, it just swims. So hang on a second. Let me just go back to here. So, like, it just didn't do, like, I mean, it sort of does, but it's probably not too bad. But I was looking for something a little, you know, less pushing everything out kind of thing. And I keep seeing, actually, that's not too bad. It's sitting better today. Maybe it just needed some resting time. So I've just been using like these like little makeup bands of Abby's, which I don't know if she appreciates that or not, but she says she doesn't wear them, so she's fine. But I keep getting ads because I've probably been like searching for patterns for headbands and stuff so much. So I've been getting these ads for these people that just make like, basically think of like 4-ply or sock weight hat, but without the hat closing ends. And it's just like, they've made them in cotton and they're making them and they're quite, you know, they've got different lengths. And I'm like, they're just knitted, right? Like, I could just make something. And so I've been using the woolen pine sea glass hat as like a basis of the pattern. So I've been working on so basically like a variation of this one, but I want a little wider, not a heap wider. And because this is just so stretchy, I wanted something with some good stretch in it, but also not to overstretch, because that's what this one does. It overstretches. So I could probably make another one of these, but go down another needle size. Because I love the colors in it and everything. But it's just, you know, it doesn't like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But it feels like it's going to fall off all the time is the problem. This one hugs on. This one feels like it's just going to just fall off. So, also I want some fringe out. So let me think. I want the pink side down. And that's the other thing, like, I like with these is you can choose which color you want at the front. And I do like that it's wider here and narrower there, because you know how some people have got like the head shape where it sort of goes like that. Mine's more flat. So it doesn't sort of snug on as well at the back. Like, I think my hat measurement is only 54, 55 centimeters. And so a lot of these are meant for bigger heads, really, is what it boils down to. So, you know, so I'm just trying to come up with something that just, I don't mind my fringe being out, but it's just like when the whole rest of it does the big, like, I want to flatten it and tame it down. So that's what I've been doing. So anyway, so I've been working on this other one, which I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I'm going to show it to you. I'm not sure if it's exactly what I'm after yet, because it's a little bit more dense. It's stretchy rib, but this section's quite dense. So what I've been using is just using two of my Bliss colors. I probably could have gone a bit more contrasty, but they were just the ones that were handy. But I'm actually quite happy with how it's looking. And so, like, I'm just gauging it off this one here because I want it a little wider, but not a heap wider. So I'm literally about to start the next section of ribbing just to close it all up. So, and I think I was a bit worried that I went down too small a needle size for this yarn because it's quite a chunky yarn. I think it likes a 6 mil and I'm using a 5.5. But I think if I had have gone the 6, it would be too loose. So, and I'm just using like 40 centimeter circulars. So it's, you know, it's coming out a decent enough size here. So we'll see. So basically in our stream today, I want to get the ribbing done. So I think I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of ribbing and then a cast off edge. So, but I've just got to get around to my stitch marker. I just started another row, but it's so the thing I love about the sea glass is it's meant to be scrappy, right? And in the pattern, like it's a woolen pine, so obviously they go through like some really great instructions on how to join your yarns and things like that, just so you can go totally scrappy. I didn't want to deal with that, to be honest, so I just grabbed 2 balls of variegated yarns and just hoped it would do the thing enough, and I think it mostly has. Every now and again I've got to jiggle around the colors because this one does have some green in it and this one does have some blue in it, and sometimes they line up. So being able to being able to have it so it's, you know, not lined up, and because it's just a 1 by 1, you can skip a stitch and not have to worry about securing extra floats and things because it's only 1 stitch. So that's basically what I'm just working on here. It's not super flash knitting, and it's, you know, it's not my comfort zone doing this sort of thing. It's kind of like trying to get me used to doing some more color work, which I would like to be able to do better. But yeah, so because I do want to make a color work like jumper. I want to make a color work sweater, and I'm not ready for that yet. I'm still getting better enough at sweaters, and then I struggle with my color work. I make it too tight, so, like the floats are too tight. So I'm trying to take all the advice from everybody and stretch it out, and you know, all that sort of stuff, and make it work. So let me know in the chat, like, is there a knitting or crocheting technique that you want to learn how to do better than what you're doing now, or that you've never tried? I'm sure there's plenty I haven't tried. I'm not out here proclaiming to be the best at anything. I'm just having a go, relaxing. I'll tell you though, this has been like knitting and stuff. I was working on a shawl, and I got nearly 2 balls in, so 700 meters in, and just it was never going to be enough yarn, and so I frogged that, but it was looking nice. So I'm going to try that shawl again, but with some other yarn. I actually think this yarn would look lovely in it, to be honest. But this is a cotton blend, so I don't know. I haven't really done any cotton shawls. Well, I've done one. I did one for my mum many, many, many years ago. It was a big purple bat wing shawl. So Bianca says it's turning it inside out is the recommendation I've seen. Yeah, lots of people recommend that as well. Like you get a little bit more space. I wasn't going to worry about it so much with this one because it's cotton for a start, so it's just going to stretch a little bit anyway, and then I don't know. I'm not too worried about this particular one, but yes, I've heard that turning it inside out to work on it gives you more space. But also just giving yourself like the space between this, like see how I'm keeping the stitches apart when I'm working on them rather than having them so close together. I think that's helping me out as well. Because it's just giving a little bit more yarn in each individual stitch too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying very hard not to pull the tension too tight, and just, that's something that Arna and Carlos say, is just keep the tension fairly loose. Let the needle tension be what you need, and don't tug on it any more than necessary. So yeah, I've gotten a bit twisted up here. Just give me a second while I untwist. There we go. Hey everyone, jumping into the chat. Knitspin Girl says I have the opposite problem with my colorwork tensions. It's always looser. Ah, yes. That's not. I don't know which one's worse. I think just the tension not being right's annoying, right? Bianca says I made the Stephen West shawl in cotton and I am happy with it. Yeah, I think shawls in cotton work. I just haven't done many. Um, I've that was the other thing I started working on is when I couldn't get my brain around the meterage I needed for the what's it called, the Sunday morning shawl. I think that's what it's called. Which is a free pattern and it was actually really nice, but it takes considerably more than 700 meters, even though the pattern says 693. I was going to be 2 full repeats short of the pattern and I was getting tension. So I was getting the right gauge and everything. So I was just like, this is annoying. Okay, so we have gotten to the end here. And so we're just gonna, so what I did for the ribbing was just row on. Did I just do row on row or did I just choose one of them? Oh no, I did the alternate colors. No, I didn't. What did I do? I don't even know. I think I just did row on row of knit purl. Oh, hang on. It's knit through the back loop. Knit through the back loop and purl. Sorry, I just needed to get into the swing of things there. But yeah, so I just wanted this to be a little bit wider than the other one. Also, it's not a big project time outlay, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, sometimes projects just feel so overwhelming because they're massive. This is chunky yarn, big needles, and a small project. So, just, you know, it's not mentally too heavy a load to have a go with and to test it out. And the more I think about it, the more I think the caliometry could totally work with this, but I think I really need to like adjust the caliometry size right down because I can literally feel it sliding off my head right now. And that's not a comfortable feeling. I've got a feeling here. I don't know what I've done. Anyway, I'm just gonna. I should have taken notes, right? But I didn't. So we're just gonna do row on row. Where am I up to? I'm up to purl. So yeah, so my brain has been a little cloudy and a little foggy and not exactly the best over the last, lack of sleep and discomfort and pain and stuff. So the last couple of days I've been able to concentrate a little bit in the mornings, and then today I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and see how I go with the stream because I've missed hanging out with you guys. I think I'm going to crash and burn after it though. I already feel like the energy is just dropping. So I'm really sorry if this is boring. Maybe we should put some music up on in the background. I don't know. Let me know if you want me to find some creator mix to throw on and some mellow tunes to throw on in the background. Let's have a look here. Funky pulling 2 balls at once with each. Hey Russell, it's good to see you. Yeah, I wanted this sort of sea glass kind of look. So that's why I'm doing that. Very wet here today, crafting lots is a win. Yeah, I think so. It's really yucky weather. Bianca says, I made one recently, the caliometry. I got gauge and it fits well, but I have a big head. Knitspin Girl says, gosh, the pop-ups are bad today. That's my 5th one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Because I either get to choose no ads or ads, and I don't have any other options. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's if I don't run the ads, then we need to rely on like super chats and channel memberships. So, and that feels, I don't know, different. So, no music, you're doing great. Thanks, Kelly. I prefer, like, I like the music for the productivity streams. I'm not a big fan of the music for standard streams, but if that's what we need, that's what we need, So, yeah. But we'll get this done. There's only I only do this for a couple of rounds, so we'll get this done and tested in today's stream. So, yeah. I wonder if I could con my husband into making me a cup of tea. Hey, Tim, any chance of a cup of tea? I don't know if you could hear him, but he just said, no, you're too busy live streaming. I've got a coffee here, but the tea just hits my throat better, I reckon. And I didn't think to make a tea because my brain's not working, you know. Go me with the functioning brain. Oh dear. What are you guys are working on? Like, let me know what you're doing in the chat. Kelly, I have even, you're going to be so proud of me. There's no photo yet, but I've absolutely put the project in Ravelry so that you guys could find the exact hat pattern I'm using. So the sea glass hat pattern from Wool & Pine is actually, it's a 4-ply hat. So I've had to sort of do some guesstimating on circumference and because I didn't do a swatch. So I found a worsted weight hat pattern and made the small size of that is basically like how I chose my number of stitches, which I should put in my Ravelry project while I remember the number of stitches. Let me see, add a note. Here we go. Let me just... I think it was 94. I think it was 94. It was either 94 or 96. I'm gonna have to count it. I think it was 96. Let me count. Let's just start here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. 2, 4, 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 90. 2, 4, 6, 96. There we go. That was the important thing, because if I need to make it smaller, I need to know how many stitches less I need to make and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's have a look here. Bianca says, I've had my eye on the sea glass top for a while. I love the way it looks. I love so many of the Wool & Pine patterns, honestly, but I really like the sea glass and the ideas behind it. So when you go into the pattern, so like the patterns look all cute and pretty, but when you buy their pattern, they actually have color palette suggestions on how to do it with different types of scraps. So whether or not you're using like contrasting colors or complementary colors, and they have all these different samples. And so I find that to be super awesome when they do that and they go into that level of detail. In this particular pattern, they went into how the seams look like for different methods of joining all the colors. So, and what their personal preferences are and things like that. So, but they didn't just go, oh, we like to do this one thing. They showed what it looked like in all the different methods. So they did the methods and they took the photos. So, so you can make your decisions based on like, how it looks, why it looks that way and things like that. Plus also, I want to come over. But yeah, so you get to make like the informed decisions, and so I really appreciate all the extra information that they give in that regard. I'm sure that maybe for some people it could just be overwhelming doing it that way, but I personally think it's really good. So different strokes for different folks. Bianca says, I'm still knitting my mohair cardigan. I haven't picked it back up all week. Well, it's great weather for knitting mohair, honestly, like no sweaty hands. So, Yeah, I mean it's good weather for mohair knitting today around here. Um, Thank you, Kelly, for dropping the sea glass hat project. But yeah, so I'm just doing mine as a headband. So like I'm already like I'm not doing any hat shaping or anything like that. I'm now just trying to match this up sort of lengthwise to be pretty similar. I don't mind if they look differently because then I've got two different looks for the front. So here I've got the pink on this edge, but on the other edge I've got like blue. So it's nearly like you get two headbands sort of thing. I mean, you don't, you get one, but you get the color pop at the front to be a bit slightly different. And if this works, I've actually, because I've still got some more of the beautiful tulip colorway in this as well. I've got a couple of balls of it, and I've look, as you can see, I've barely made a dent on these balls. So I could mix like this color with a pink, or you know what I mean? Like I've got options. I've got so many options. So, and I want to have a few of these so I can toss them in the wash because, you know, my hair's going to be at this crazy, annoying length for a while now before I can get it back into a ponytail. And so I need something to do. And luckily for me, we're coming into winter, so wearing an extra head layer is not going to be a biggie. But also, it's not a full hat. So it's not going to, overheat my head too much, which I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Game Widow says, I'm working on some toast that I'm getting back into cutting out project bags and stuff. Awesome. That's good. My daughter had toast this morning and it smelled so good and I was so tempted, but I didn't. I just had my usual. Basically, because I'm out of bread. She's got bread. I don't have any bread. We eat different bread. So I'd have to go to the shop and I don't want to go. Abby doesn't even like me thinking about her bread. Your bread smelt so good this morning, toasted Abby. She says it always does. Um, so yeah, it's one of those things, but like with some of these medications and stuff that I'm on right now, it's like, oh, you can only have this one half an hour before you eat, or this one has to be an hour after you eat, and I keep forgetting, and it's like, oh, I'm hungry, I think I'll have lunch, and then you have lunch, and then you're like, oh, now I've got to wait 3 hours before I can eat this one, before I can have this one because it needs to be on an empty stomach, and then you have to have a snack after it. Oh, very frustrating, but it's working, so I'll take it. My so basically, what it is just a combination of steroids, antibiotics, and asthma puffers. The puffers are just they're my normal ones, but much higher frequencies. And so the steroids and the antibiotics to help to clear up my wheezy chest thing going on that was making me cough like a crazy person. So it's been very nice to have much less coughing. I still feel like I need to cough, so I'm still a bit Oh, what have I done there? Hang on a second. Yeah, I still feel like I need to cough, so I'm. Oh, I botched it. How far back did I botch it? I got to tink back a little bit. Hang on. I've been knitting the pearls and purling the knits instead of not. So somewhere back here, I screwed it up. Where it looks like. Looks like here. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. There. I've got to tinker back a bit. Um. So yeah. So just trying to, you know, not cough. That's the fun part. Coughing is not awesome when you can't stop. So yeah. Scotch whiskey. Well, I can't have any now because of the medication that I'm on, but I should have. We were joking about that at the doctor's, and I was like, I've got a friend who reckons Scotch would fix all this, and he's like, he's probably not wrong. If you had have had it sooner, you may have stopped this from happening. But I didn't think about it. But yeah, we had a little joke about that. But now I can't have any, no booze while I'm on antibiotics. How far? Much further back have I got to go? Just a couple more. I think I was doing the right thing, but I'm notoriously bad at messing up like ribbing. It's kind of the joke. It's like when I'm making like hats and stuff for my brother. Yeah, see, look at this. I've done two knits together on the previous row. So I'll just make sure I should mark that somehow so I keep an eye on it. So, oh no, yeah. So, yeah, because they're two knits together. I mean, I could frog it back a whole row and fix that, but I'm just not gonna because it's a headband and no one's gonna know. Well, you all know, but no one else is gonna know. Actually, one of them is not twisted, so that'll jar my attention. So yeah, while I was doing knit pearl. It just happened to be that I screwed it up on the previous row and I needed to do a knit. Um, yep, preventative as well as curative. Yes, definitely. So maybe I just need more scotch in my life. I don't know. I just try not to have too much of it. Um, maybe it would have solved everything. And I just made my own life harder. I don't know. So, yes, there we go. We are going we're back in. I think I've only got like 4 or 5 rounds of this before I need to cast off. And then we can try it on. Hope I haven't made it too big. Because like these things need some negative ease, you know. My fingers need a little break for a second. What I want to do is actually measure this one because luckily it's a caliometry, so you can actually just undo the button and make it flat. I happen to have a tape measure. So I just want to kick out little corners. I'm trying not to stretch it, but I do need to kick out their little corners. So this one has come out at 46 centimeters and it's just still that bit too loose. So I think if I made another caliometry, if I just went down another needle size, I think that would be enough here. It's just sort of shrinking back in. So actually, if I go that way, then I'm not trying to fight the button. Yeah, so that's shrinking back down now, like as and that's, oh no, it's still about the 45 centimeter mark ish. 44. So, like, that's the thing. This is sitting on 40 centimeter needles. So, hopefully, um, it will, be that little bit smaller. Because this is just, oh, I've twisted it. What a Gumby. What a Gumby. Not twisted. Because that's the other thing. Like, just about every headband pattern I found has the big twisty thing. And, like, that's fun every now and again. But for the most part, I don't want that. I just find it to be too bulky. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's a bit of fun every now and again, but you don't want it all the time. Now, where am I up to? A pearl. Pearl and then a knit through the back loop. I do like a twisted rib, which is what knitting through the back loop does. It creates this really nice little just detail. It just makes it pop off just that little bit more. I like that. Um, abstinence is the root cause of illnesses everywhere. Sorry. Goodness me. Um, back over here to there. Pearl. I will say that the coughing is nowhere near as painful as excuse me, as it was last week, which is great. So even though I'm still coughing, it's not I was coughing so hard that it was sending shooting pain into my arms. So and so like and into my hands, like to the point where everything was just spasming, and it just happens that way sometimes. It's I've had it checked out. It's not doing anything ridiculously bad. It's not comfortable, but it's not, anything more than exactly um muscle spasming due to, you know, overexertion of coughing and stuff. So that's all that is. All right, changing colors. I want to cross it over so that it lifts and does all the things. All right, through the back loop. But yeah, so but not comfortable, not recommended, not comfortable. It's it's not corrugated rib. No, I think it's called twisted rib. It could be. I don't know. I've never heard of corrugated rib. So but I've always. I think the pattern. Let me just open up the pattern here. I'm not going to show you the pattern because it is a paid pattern, but I'll just double check and see what they call it. Oh, low power mode. Thanks. Let me see here. No, they just call it knit through the back. They don't actually call it anything. They just say knit through the back loop, purl one. And you need a charger because you are dying. Give that a charge. Um. It was like you're under 20%. Yes, you are. You're at 2%. A corrugated rib is two colors. Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just alternating the colors because I wanted to alternate the colors. No other real reason. Um, I just thought it was a nice way to start off the sea glass straight away. Because I did the whole cheaty way to start my what do you German cast on. So I actually tied the two colors together, and so I had the working yarn out of each ball, and I didn't have to guesstimate how much yarn I needed. Because my guesstimations have not been working while I'm unwell, so I just decided to do it that way. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? How far back did I screw this one up? Is it this? It's probably the exact same thing. I just was doing the knit pearls, and just skipped over the two knits. No, that's right. No, I just screwed up. No excuses. Like no reasons. Just watched it. Because my brain doesn't work. Is what it is. I'll get there. I'll get there. It'll come back. It has to. Kind of need it. Need the brain to function. Um. Hey, John's here as well. Oh, in the same row, but like the rest, but it's ribbed. Corrugated rib is two colors. Oh no, so I'm doing like now that I'm doing the ribbing, I'm just doing single color for each row. So it's not the one by one color work like what I've done here. I'm doing a row of this and a row of that. But you could do it as that. You could absolutely do that if you want. I just slack and decided just to do a round of each because I think that's what I did here. I don't know what I did here, to be honest. This looks different to that. So I don't know. Maybe I did do corrugated ribbing at the start and then didn't at the end because I forgot to take notes like a Gumby. Um, so yeah, I don't know. This is what happens when you start a project and your brain doesn't work. You don't think about mirroring it on the other end, even though that's exactly what the plan was all along. uh, Jeepers. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that it's a little bit different. Game Winner says, "Does anybody remember my cricket pass?" No, sorry, I don't. Um. Oh, in Logic says here with a laptop running Linux, tested the chat and just went to wipe the screen and discovered the laptop is a touch screen. That's a bonus. I quite often, because I had a laptop that had touchscreen, and I haven't had one that's had a touchscreen in years. And no matter what, I still try to swipe the touchscreen on my laptop. I really miss having a touchscreen on my laptop. I don't know why. I don't miss cleaning the fingerprints off it. I just miss being able to just swipe and stuff every now and again. You'd think a MacBook would have a touchscreen, but the answer is no. So there we go. Let's just. That's. I really like how that's looking. What do you guys think? Do you like how that's looking? Just like, let me know if you guys can hear my husband talking in the background, and I'll shut the door. But it should be good. It doesn't seem to be picking him up, but it might pick him up when I'm talking. Game Widow says I've got my new laptop that I don't remember to use as a touchscreen. Um, and can fold it back to be a tablet-ish. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, you can't hear him. That's good. It's been girl. Yeah, it's these. That's exactly the colors for sure. And I was thinking this could actually work really nicely with the this stuff. What is it? Here. So I think it could work really nicely with this, the Eleanor. I think that'd be super soft and nice too, and lightweight and cottony. So that might be the next one I do. I alternate between the this one and and this one. I got the purpley, blue and green, and the pinks. I could alternate those two colors together. I'll have to play with stitch numbers. Um, I just did that one, so I want to do this one. So yes, go. What am I doing here? My brain's just like, can you knit and purl, Chantel? No, you can't. You're too busy looking at pretty colours, is what's going on. My brain's like, yeah, that would look really good. No, no. Um, Most of my left hand keys don't work, so I bought the kids a new machines last and kept this one. Um, I just recently, well, I don't know if it was me, but anyway, we ended up getting Tim the new Mac Neo. We were going to get something else, and then had all these Apple gift cards that we were going to use for something else, and decided to put it towards the Mac Neo for Tim because he needed a new laptop. And it's been going really surprisingly well. Like, it's not editing or anything crazy like that. Everything he does is pretty much web browser based. Um, and so, we didn't need to go crazy for him, but I think he's really enjoying it. So, what have I done there? No, no, I don't even know what I've done. I'm just going to keep going. Um, so yeah, so he seems to be enjoying it. And because it's like it's only got like one USB C port. Like there's literally one port on it. Um, um, so we were able to connect it to like the big monitor. Like so, it can only take one monitor at a time. So even so, we were able to put it into his like because he's got his work set up over there. With his what's it called? With the dock, he's got his dock. And even though it's got two monitors in it, his laptop can only support one, so it doesn't like it just shares across the same thing. It just mirrors. Um, oops, what have I done there? Let's do this. But yeah, um, sorry, my brain just totally gave up on that whole conversation. It just went no. I'm so sorry. It's so convoluted today. I'm so sorry. Um, Logic says I have a lot of machines and high end graphic monitors for my old work. So my project for next week is to rearrange my bedroom and get some actual computers set up on the new desk. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, sometimes doing a proper shuffle around and just going through what you actually already have and what you're using can really just like re-inspire you, I think. I know when slightly different, but when I rearranged all the shelving here, it really changed how I look at the colors of the projects I'm working on, which seems like an odd thing, um, but it really did. And so it's been really, really awesome to just think a bit differently than I have done with my projects for some time. So, um, oh, here it is. This is where I do the botch up, but it's the previous, rounds botch up that I'm just covering for because I didn't want to frog it back. I think this might be I just do a quick count, but I think this might be the last round before I cast off. So, we'll see how this goes. Cross your fingers, it's just not too big, okay? Because if it's too small, I can just stretch it out. But if it's too big, there's nothing I can really do other than frog it back, which would be annoying considering. um, Leanne says, "Oh, my family's gone. I can focus now." Yeah. Logic says my investing work now is browser based, so I can work from my phone or anywhere. Lucky me. Yeah, look, I find that being able to do stuff on my phone and on my laptop, like just easily anywhere, is such a game changer. Especially like as we're coming into these colder months, and this because we're gonna start complaining that this office is too cold soon. You ready for it? So I've got my heater. I need to plug it in, unplug the fan, and plug the heater in so that it's ready to go when I need it to go. But the advantage for me for most of my day to day stuff means that now that I've got the good laptop, I can do just about any of the work that I do on this in this room on this setup, um, and do them out in the lounge room where the sun is in the sunny chair and where there's proper heating and stuff. So not today though. There's no sun anywhere. It's gloomy and overcast and drizzly and rainy and stormy. And I woke up to thunder this morning. That was weird. Um, our gas prices going up in Australia. So yeah, our fuel prices did go up, and then they've kind of restabilized again now. So I didn't really follow what we did. The government here did some deals with some other governments to get some fuel. So I don't know how long it's going to last for, but um, yeah, we Australia is pretty stupid when it comes to how much onshore fuel we keep. The local, well, not the local government, the federal government managed to janky their way into, instead of keeping 90 days of fuel on shore, they were counting what was in ships. So the second the ship was loaded, so we actually had part of our 90-day surplus was still in the Strait of Hormuz when it all closed down. So we couldn't get access to that fuel. Um, and so, our fuel prices skyrocketed for a little bit there. So we were getting, it was about 250 a litre for a bit there, Abby. Our fuel prices, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Abby said that it went up to about 230. Yeah, but the diesel fuel went up to $3.50, and that's Australian per litre. And there's something like 3.7 litres per gallon. So if you want to do the math there, you can. Um, so it did go up, but it's sort of back down to a bit more reasonable rates now. So Abby says it's cheaper now. So I haven't driven much in the last couple of weeks, so I haven't really kept up on the fuel prices. John says colder months as I sit here sweating. Yeah. It's actually really nice temperature today. It's too wet, it's too rainy, but it's nice temperature. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's lovely. Leanne says, I've kept my fireplace burning today. I thought I do have, although I do have the house opened up a little bit, because sometimes you just need to like get the moisture out of the building as well. So that's part of it. I know sometimes on the really wet days, we'll put the air cons on just to dry everything out a little bit. It's not to heat or to cool so much, but just to dry it all out, because it just gets too much. Knitspin Girl says, the most I paid was $2.85 per litre. Was that for fuel or for diesel, Knitspin Girls? Like, was that because Abby says it was about $2.30 for 91. Logic says $2.30 Australian a litre, comes out to be about $6.22 US a gallon. Yeah, oh yeah, our fuel prices, they've dropped right back down now. So we're paying, like, yeah, I thought I saw it around 170, 175 the other day when I was out and about, but I couldn't quite remember. But yeah, it's dropped right down for petrol now. So that's been nice. That's more about, like, we're normally paying around the 170, 180 in the fuel cycle usually. So 174 is like pretty normal for us. And it's been girl says she was using 95. So yeah, so the 91 is I don't know how best to describe it. So there's E10, which is ethanol, which is an ethanol fuel, which not everybody uses. Then there's 91, which is the lowest of the non-ethanol fuels, and then 95, 98. And we use 91 in most of our vehicles unless we're doing long haul driving. And then we use 95 because we get better mileage. We don't notice so much of a difference when we're just about towning it. But when we're doing like highway driving, then we jump up to the 95, which the 95 is a lot more expensive than the 91. Yeah, 174 is $4.70 a gallon. Yeah, and that's our normal price. That's what we go. That's what we cheer about. We're like, yeah, fuel prices are great right now. What am I doing here? So I did the cast on edge with the green, so I want to do it with the dark one, so it's opposite. Cast off edge, I should say. So pop that over there. So knit that. Purl that. And then knit those together. I think I've split that stitch. Nope. That. I know you should purl them together and stuff. Nope. Holly says gas is $5.79 a gallon by my house. Some other areas in California are higher. Yeah. So I'm also in Queensland, which may also change the fuel prices a little bit. So yeah, different states, different areas within your state. Some areas are more highly subsidized. The other thing is we've also had half of our fuel excise removed. So it's taking about, I think they said about 30 cents a litre off for the next few months to help with cost of living. That'll get put back on. So I think that's also playing a part too. So our fuel is normally 30 cents per litre dearer due to taxes. Um, so, or excise. It's not a tax, it's an excise. Like, let's just punish everybody for using their cars, is what it is. And then not give us alternatives. So, yeah. I had a ride in a self-driving Tesla today. Oh my gosh. I've never, like, that would be, was it being self-driven or like, that would scare me. Over 10 miles in and out of a city, and the driver never touched the wheel, the brake, or the accelerator. Everything on a 14-inch screen, no gauges at all. I love the idea. It makes me feel very futuristic, but I think I'd freak out. I don't even like being a passenger when someone else is driving. I think I'd freak out if no one was driving. But I did watch a video. Who was it? I think it was Cars Guide. They were in like somewhere like Thailand or Singapore or something, where there's like, you know, where all the little bikes are and they're just all over the road. And they were in a self-driving vehicle, and it did it no problems. It never touched anyone, and it was just maneuvering around them. You know, it did really well. I was actually shocked, like seriously shocked. Normal is tough because of COVID and Iran, but I don't feel bad about paying in the 230 range. It was incredible. It would be just so weird. I'd just be like staring at it like the whole time. Yeah, that would freak me out, I think. But it would be good. That's so weird. But hey, George Jetson is coming to Chantel. Bring it on the Rosie. Yeah, I want. There's so much technology out like that you know, science fiction technology that I just want. Like 3D printers are kind of like becoming like our little replicators, and we've already got our phones, we've got our tablets. You know, I really just wanted more easy housekeeping stuff rather than, you know, like where's AI doing all our housework rather than our creative work? Like honestly, that's what I wanted. 230 US a gallon would be 85 Australian cents a litre. Oh my gosh, when was the last time we had fuel under $1 in Australia? I don't even know. I remember my mum freaking out when I was a teenager that it had hit 75 cents. I remember that. But I don't remember when it hit $1. I remember all the fuel places were like stressing out because they had to redo all their boards because none of them were designed for 3 numbers. Bring on the Roomba overlords. Gosh. Has it been 30 years? I'm like, there's no way it's been 30 years. And I'm like, yeah, no, because 30 years ago I was 18, so it's you know, it could totally be 30 years. Oh my gosh. Okay. Quiet time now. Roomba's home is here in Boston. Air fryers are pretty cool, basically an oven that reaches temps. I like my air fryer for sure, but it's not like it makes the meal for me. You know what I mean? Like I can't just go, hey, I want this, just make it for me. No, I've got to have the stuff in the fridge or the freezer, and then I can put it in and I can do it. I want that next level where I don't have to, you know, like where's our replicators that just make whatever food we want with our recipes that are built into the replicators and go, you know, I feel like a banh mi. Or make me a banh mi with lemongrass chicken. You know, like that's the technology. And Rosie who does all the housework, and scrubs the bathrooms and does the floors and cleans the kitchen. Bianca, at Bethania train station, the cafe there changed hands. It's now called Luna Cafe. They do good banh mi, and they also have a combination noodle bowl, which you absolutely have to get and try. Seriously. You need to get in your car after the live stream and drive down there and go and get it, because it is dangerously close at having good banh mi in the area. Dangerous. Oh yeah, definitely go. You definitely need to go. It is now my danger zone store. Tim's be like, "What? Let's get some lunch today," and I'm like, "Let's go here," and he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes." And the noodle bowl is a big meal. Okay, I think it's better than the one at the Hyperdome, personally. Or at least the ones I've had have been better. So yeah. I can't remember what the prices are. If you look up Luna Cafe on Google on your phone, that you can look at the menu and you can check the price list. So they do all like normal stuff too, like all standard Aussie cafe stuff. Banh mi, BAHNMI. It is beautifully flavoursome. No, my hands are a bit shaky. I'm on a lot. I mean, it could be an artifact of the video as well, but my hands are shaky because I've got like the medication that I'm on is not is doing some of that. So yeah. So it could be a bit of both, bit of column A, bit of column B. Yeah. I forgot to mention that. So yeah. So we're just casting off this headband now. So we'll be able to try it on. Hopefully it fits. The first time I've just adapted, like this is just a pattern adaptation with some chunky yarn. I could be totally wrong here. Oh, I would love to say yes, but I better not. I better not. Tim and Abby are home, and I've got you foods to have, so I can't sneak out for sneaky good lunch. So yeah, but seriously, you need to go. You do need to go and check it out for yourself and judge it for yourself. Because you've got the finer palette for the banh mi's. And the other thing is you can ring up and pre-order, and so that you can just roll in, pick it up, and just leave and take it home to eat. You don't even have to stay there to eat it. I love that. We did that with combination noodle bowls the other night for dinner. Gamer has now I want banh mi. Everyone wants banh mi. Banh mi is delicious. And it's super handy. There's the IGA that's just opened up right next door is a nice IGA as well. The staff in there are good, and there's good product lines. It feels like that had been such a wasted little store for so long. The people that previously owned it, it was Abby's just it was a total dump. Do you think you'll be okay for Sunday or I'm thinking I'll be okay for Sunday. I'm not sure about Saturday though. So because there's the Wollumbar event, the Northern what's it called? The Northern Rivers Yarn event that's on. I really want to try and get to that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to that. But Sunday I should be fine. Because it's also closer to home, so I can always get someone, get Tim or Abby to come and get me or something if something goes wrong. So it's much closer. I I have to go eat something. I'm back doing intermittent fasting, so I need to get super done before I run out of time. Had one of the kids here after school. His mum just picked him up. Ah. Game Winner says, my barn meat dealer is next door to the local IGA too. Yeah. Um, Kelly, thank you for putting that in. Yes, we do have our monthly crafty catch up at the Club Beanley. All those details. It's in the function room upstairs, so you can find us in the Hamel room. You can, if you need any help finding the Hamel room, just ask some of the staff and they will help you. But it's not difficult. They great lunch specials. We have real. It's a really nice space and nice venue, and I've been enjoying it. We've also moved our second Thursday a meetup from Cafe 63 to Club Beanley as well. So that's been really nice too. Having the nice dinners there. And on Thursday nights, it's 2 for 1 on the standard menus. So they don't have the special, like the specials menu as much, but it's great value food and beautiful. So this Sunday, the 31st, the 31st. I get it now. Sorry, John. um, so yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun catching up with everybody. I feel like I've been in a bit of a void for a bit. The knitting wasn't as hard as this casting off is. Yeah, trying to copy and convert quickly. Yeah. Spin Girl says I'm doing craft market in the Mullumbimby this week with my spinners group. Oh, that's yeah. I think is it the craft market? What's the name of the event that we want to go to at Mullumbimby? Surely it's got to be the same thing, right? So we're planning a group of the local girls. Are planning carpooling down to go and support because Catherine the creator is going to be there and she's a good friend of ours. And Lyndall is a good friend of mine, and I think she's going to be there, and Jenny's going to have a stall as well. So, it'd be really cool if you guys could all catch up and meet each other as well, because I don't think many of you have met Spin Girl Creations. So I hope it's the same event. It would make sense if it was. It'd be weird if it wasn't. Two yarn craft events happening in Mullumbimby on the same day. Did you meet Samantha at the Queensland Fibre Fest? I don't know. Maybe you did. I don't know if Samantha made it to that. You'd have to ask. Yes, Jenny King is doing book signings on the Friday night. Yes, it's the same event then. You guys are all going to be at the same event. That's so cool. I'm still undecided. It's not looking good, but I'm undecided at this stage. It's just that bit too far. When I'm not feeling the greatest. So we'll see. We'll see. I've got a couple more days a day and a half before I have to decide. Here we go. Deb's Hands and Heart says, I'm going with Bianca and Tracy. We'll stop by and say hello. Awesome. What is your so are you in the Lismore Spinners group so that they know which spinners groups look out for to look for you? But yeah, it looks like it'll be fun. All right, I'm so close to the end here. I'm going to try it on without weaving in the ends, by the way, just before anyone judges me. so that you'll know this is the plan. Lismore Spinners stall 7. I'm only going to be there Sunday. Oh, we're all going Saturday. Our Game Widows met Samantha at Bendigo last year. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are all meeting each other all around the country doing stuff.
42 minutes left.
Game Widow says, Leanne says, this weather is making me hungry, all the food talk. Yeah. Do you know what I need to do? I need to get what I need to make my spicy soup. Abby doesn't eat it, but Tim and I'll eat it. I love spicy soup. It's so lame. It's like such a I make it so. I mean, it wouldn't be lame if somebody else made it, but I make it so lame. But it's still tasty. What's going on here? Well, you gotta get closer. There you go. Oh, he does not want to be in the camera. He is pushing. Hello.
Oh, he's upset.
Tibbles. Abby, out you go. You just cause disruption. Tibbles is just going to live here now. It's just tails just flapping. I can't wait until Abby can go back to work, honestly, everybody. She gets just a bit full on when she's bored and disruptive. Okay. No, he's moved himself. All right. I'm going to need 2 scissors. Do I have any scissors? That's a good question. No, I don't. Why do I not have scissors right here? I normally have like 11 million pairs. Oh, there's a little tiny pair of unicorns. Snip, snip, snip. It's definitely the weather for it. Okay. I am going to do a little bit of weavy just because I need to bring it all over. Otherwise, it's like this huge gap here. Might weave that one in first. That's not fully woven in, but it's in and out of the way and bringing across the gap for me to try it on. Oh my gosh. Poor Louis is being tortured by my family. Poor Louis. They're singing a Shaker Lulu song, so I'm guessing that they're making him dance. Dance monkey. All right. That's enough just to get an idea. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's do a measure do. I mean, this is half. Half is 20. It's bigger. Oh no, it's not bigger. It is, it's bigger. But it's a different shape, so maybe it'll... Oh, yeah, that sits nicer. Oh, no, it's still too big. It'll maybe if it's a cotton, so maybe if I give it a wash and a dry in the dryer, it'll shrink down a little. But wearable, yes. So there we go. It's on my head. Let me just change cameras. There we go. There we go. There's on. Just get my fringe out. Okay, you guys, you're being very loud and you're being picked up on microphone. Okay, so there we go. That's it. And I think it works well with the grey. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. It's quite loose. It's way looser than I anticipated. So I would probably drop out. I think I would probably drop out maybe 2 or 3 centimeters. So like, yeah, 2 centimeters I'd drop out, which, so the next one needs to be less stitches. So if I want to drop out 2 centimeters, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So 92 for the next one. But I still, I'm like, this is very pretty. No one can see it because it's not on camera. Hang on a second. There we go. So I still love it. I still think it's great, and I think a wash will shrink it in a little because it is mostly cotton based. And finish tightening in the ends. That'll bring in a little, like weave in this end. That'll bring it in a little. But yeah, I think dropping the extra 4 stitches. But I love the technique, and I think I want to do it with more brightly contrasting yarns. The end says, what about some thin elastic woven through to hold it in firmer? Would that work? Look, it probably would. Yeah, it probably would. This is totally wearable, and I think with just a bit of a wash, it'll just, because it's cotton, it'll wash in the dryer, it'll just shrink in a little, and I think that'll make a big difference. I was dubious about the 5.5s, but I'm thinking drop it down for the 5s for the ribbing because this yarn likes a 6 mil, so I already felt like 5.5 was going to be too tight. If I drop the ribbing down to the 5 mil and then put it back up to the 5.5, because I think the 5.5 has worked really nicely for this. I just think the ribbing's probably not doing its job properly, and that's because I didn't change needles. Can I just button the caliometry? I can, but then I have this flappy bit that does my head in. But yes, the advantage of the caliometries is you do have all of these little things. So yes, I can resize the caliometry into a smaller size for sure. So, but I don't like that. That bugs me. And then if I put a second button in it, then I've got an extra hard spot and I can feel the buttons. Because, I mean, that's a better size for sure. But probably even go up the third one. That's the problem. I need more like the third one on the caliometry. I've got a little head. It makes it awkward for lots of things. Hats, all sorts of stuff. That's better. But yeah, now I've got like the big flappy yappy at the back and I don't like that either. And there's not enough hair to cover it. So I can see it and I can feel it. There's not enough hair there yet. That'll happen. But yeah, I reckon if I drop about 4 centimeters out of this, then not 4 centimeters, 2 centimeters. So like this is just a testing thing. So I've got a small head. So those of you with more standard size heads, this is a great size. But I will definitely I'm just going to just Sorry, I just shut the door just because they're very distracting. But I'm thinking I may even just straight up cast on another one straight away. And I might do it with, if I can find, do I? Because I still have this much in this colorway. So what if I went that and Which one? Maybe that one? And just go for a real contrast. What do you think? I mean, I like that, and I'm happy with that, and I would definitely use that again. But you know, if we're playing, let's play. We'll get another one started. And of course, I left my tips out in the living room. Do I have any short tips? Like, let me see. Yeah, you guys are just being too noisy.
Abby's being silly.
Thank you. So I need some 5mm short tips. There we go. So I like having, like, everyone's like, oh, what do you need more than one set of needles for? I like having short tips as well as long tips for different processes. So when you're making things on a short circular, you need the shorter tips. So I think I'm going to go down to the 5mm. I got a couple of these sets of the tips in the purple j'adores, which I absolutely love, but they were being discontinued. So I've only been able to get a couple of sets of the short tips. If you guys happen to spot j'adore tips, like the little short j'adore tips anywhere, I've only got like 3 sizes and I want more sizes. I love the square tips. I think they're great. But I also have, like, you know, like I do have the carbons in both their long and their shorts. And different, because you need different things for different projects. So yeah, I'm like all for, and different surfaces. So these guys, I'm not the biggest fan of how they feel, to be honest. These are the smart sticks, I think is what they call them, smart sticks, and they're nice and short, but I'm not 100% sold on them, to be honest. They're just not my favorite. And we're allowed to have favorites, right? They're just not my favorite. They're not bad, but they're just not my favorite. Oh, man, I do have a needle. I thought I had one handy. They're too big. I need the small one. Hang on, there was one in that case. End caps and cable key. Is there a cable key in here? No, I've stolen the cable key. Of course I have. And I've stolen the cable key out of that one as well. Sealed. There'll be a cable key in there. Ha ha ha. One cable key, which is just a thin needle, and I just didn't happen to have one handy. Oh, look, and now, no, it was swiveling on the cable. I thought, oh, now it's so loose I don't need it. I liked using this length cable. So I don't want to go up a size. I don't think I could go down a size. I'd like to go down a size if I could. It'd just make things move a little better. So I'm going to keep those handy because I want them for the body. I just want these 5mm for the ribbing. So we're going to drop 4 stitches and adjust the ribbing. So yeah, you think the green look good too? I think so too. I think either of them would look good, to be honest. So which one do you think? This one and that one, or this one and that one? So the blue and green, or they're both blue and green. The dark blue and green, or the light blue and green? I'll need that for that step. I have a stitch marker. So let me know in the chat and we'll get it started. Tim actually brought me a cup of tea, so I'm going to move my half-drunk cold coffee over there. Oh, that's what I needed. Okay. Good. So yeah, so we're gonna, I want the middle because I like to work out the middle of this one if at all possible. Oh, let's weigh it as well, like out of curiosity, how much yarn it took. While you guys let me know which which of these colours you want me to put with the pink and the yellow. So 22.8 grams of yarn it took. So nothing. Nothing. I have scales sitting here and out in my craft nest, and I swear I love it. Every time I need scales, they're right there. I'm so glad I've got it. Feels like overkill, honestly, having multiple sets of scales. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which way to go. I mean, I'm leaning towards this one because I think they contrast nicely, dark and light, whereas these are both quite light. So I think I'm going to go with that one, and I can always make a third one and go again. You guys want me to go the lighter? Okay, I can go the lighter. Let's do it. You got me just in the nick of time. All right, so see how I'm like totally cheating with my long tail cast on so I don't have to guess? And try the corrugated ribbing. Okay, all right, we can try that too. So that's the knits in one color, pearls in another color. Oh, should I have alternated this then? If we want to go corrugated ribbing, maybe I should alternate that as well. All right, hang on. Maybe my brain won't let me. I don't have to drop it and pick it up for every single one, but I might have to. Oops, got caught up there. So like that. I would totally make both. Yeah. Leanne says, you and your soup talk, I'm preparing a very basic egg drop soup for lunch. See, now I want soup for lunch, and I don't have what I need to. Actually, do I have what I need? I don't think I have what I need to make soup. I'll get into a rhythm eventually. Probably at like number 90 or something like that. This is tedious. This is what I normally cast on when you guys are watching, because where am I at? Like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. That's hilarious. Oh no, I did two of the same one. Come back. anyone know of an easier way to do this? Just out of curiosity, if there's an alternative method for it. I can imagine the Italian knit pearl would work better, I think. The Italian tubular cast on would probably do it. Because you automatically take one from the front and one from the back when you do that. I probably could have done that. But I didn't. Sorry, I'm just untwisting the yarn as I go because I realised I'd been twisting it the same way. Whereas if you twist it the opposite ways, it doesn't twist up. This is going to look so cute having the corrugated ribbing, I think. I like the idea of it. I just have never done it before, I don't think. Well, even if I had done it, I didn't know what it was called. That's for certain. And it might even help me not mess up my knits and pearls. You know what I mean? Like, you know how I mess them up sometimes? That'd be, oops, that's going to give me the same color. Try again. Tangled on. There's a way of long tail casting on in rib. I have to look up how to do it again though. Yeah, there's well, I mean, there's I only know of the one way I can think of. But which is the Italian tubular, but there's got to be another way, right? That's not that like that gives you like the hard edge rather than the tubular edge. I like the tubular edge, but I don't think it's really what I'm after for this. Although that could totally work. The other option is to make it like if you're going to use a finer yarn, you could make it double thickness and do like a double knit and then join it. Yeah, I think you're casting on one from your thumb and one. Yeah, I think you're right. My brain's just not helping me to do it today. So I'm just like, this is the way my brain will let me to do it. But yeah, if you could work out a way to go one that way and then one that way, that would work as well. But my brain is saying no. So we'll just keep going with this. It's working. It's just slow. But yes, I can see where you're coming from. I'll have to have a count in a minute. Where are we at now? 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 32, 34. So I just need 20 more stitches. Oh, just remember to thumbs up. Thank you. If you can all remember to thumbs up, that would be great. Very much appreciate you all being here while I try and get my brain to function, which is just not working for me. Sometimes your brain needs slow and steady. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it's just like, you know what? If this is the way my brain's going to let me do it and it's going to let me do it, I'll take it. I will not fight it. I'll just be like, yep, cool, thank you. We're making it happen. It's a bit of a roundabout, convoluted, slow way, but it's happening. There's somebody probably cringing. Like, oh my gosh, this is killing me. This is not the way to do it. If you know the way to do it and you find a link to a video, drop it in the Discord because I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy this, like the actual corrugated ribbing. So I would like a better way to cast it on. I'll have to do another count in a second. Got to be getting close. I should have put a marker there, but I didn't. So now I have to count the whole lot again. Gabby says her brain has been mushy lately. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? Like you know something, you know it. But for the life of you, you cannot make it just catch the information. It's just not attainable. It's in like a hidden folder somewhere that you've got to get the right password, and then all of a sudden you've just got all that information. All right, let's have a look at that. Just even in this, we've gone from green through to the blues. Like it's changing so nicely. 2, so that's going to count as a green. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 70, 2, 4, 6, 8, 80, 2, 4, 6, 8, 90. Okay. 2, 4. All right. How many do we want? We wanted 92 instead of 96, right? There we go. Okay. sure I don't add to the stress and make it what do you call twist it? I don't want to twist it. So stitch marker. Need you as well. Okay. So the first one I actually knit the two together from the knot. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Okay. Knit. Oops. No. Knit through the back leg. Knit. What have I done there? Did I jank that up something fierce? I did jank that up. Hang on a second. Okay, knit and then purl, and then knit. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to purl it for some reason because my brain's got a purl in motion. Goodness me. We'll get there. We'll get there. Knit. And then knit through the back loop. It's a bit tight for this round. And then purl. Next round will be easier. Does everyone else find that the next round will be easier? Knit, purl, and then knit. Oops, no, I've done that again. Try again. Knit through the back loop like a normal person, you weirdo. And then purl. Leanne says, we never really stop learning in our crafts. I love finding new techniques. Me too. So much. So much. It just keeps it being fun. You know what I mean? Then we want to knit through the back loop. Purl. Knit through the back loop. Purl. We'll get there. Knitspin Girl says, I love learning new techniques too, although the learning curve for my circular sock machine has been steep. Sometimes it is. And it's frustrating but also exciting. I'm like, bring on the next round. Seriously, this is torture to watch. It's torture to do. Sorry, everybody, if this is just a bit hard on the old eyeballs. It's just a bit snug on the circular for the first round, so it's lots of moving and yanking. Oops, nearly lost it. Don't lose your stitches. I don't want to have to recast on this row. What a mess. Isn't it amazing? Like, we're technically going to be making the same thing, right? So the same as this one here. But we're doing a different, like, the same, like, we're doing a couple of stitches smaller, so it's a bit smaller, right? Like 4 stitches, not a biggie. but we're also doing a corrugated ribbing. So this rib section is going to look different, and we've chosen two different colors. Well, one different color, the other one we used. Um, like so, just tweaking up something can just give it such a different look. What am I doing here? I'm up to the knitting in the back loop. Purling. Knitting in the back loop. Purling. Does anyone know if doing corrugated ribbing changes how stretchy the rib is? Because it's going to be there's extra yarn happening because we've got all our little floats. So does it make it less stretchy or more stretchy, or does anyone know? Get my tongue right, just in the right spot for this to flow. It has very little stretch. Okay. This may not be the technique desired for this particular project, but it'll be fun. It's a small thing. And part of the problem I'm having is everything's too big. So maybe being able to control the stretch a bit better will be good as well. We don't know. Let's see. We're experimenting. We're trying out things. It's also not wool either. This is a cotton acrylic blend. So there's very little stretch in the fibre as well. I'm up to purling. Tell you what, having the knits and the pearls different colours, that's helping my brain. Getting there. We're nearly around to the marker. Knit through the back loop. The next round will move smoother, I think. I hope. Fingers crossed, hey. Well, I'm trying not to make the floats too tight. Just out of habit of trying not to make the floats too tight. Do you know what would make sense if I switched those over? I feel like I'm like, in Ghostbusters crossing the streams. Alrighty, to a pearl. And then a knit. Oops, I've lost it. Try again, Chantal. There we go. And then a pearl. And then a knit. I don't think it helps. My hands are shaking. Oh. Okay, where am I up to? Oh. Oh. Oops, nearly lost my stitch. This one will also be interesting because this has got a much longer and slower colour repeat than this one does. So it'll also be interesting to see how that works as well. Um, the answer is even if you've been like crocheting for 70 years and never blocked anything, give it a crack. I know, right? Like, oh, I've been doing this for 27,000 years. I'm not going to change. And you're just like, really? You don't see a method or a technique that is just curious to you that you just want to give it, a try? You want to see if it makes anything better or, it's not going to diminish the last 60 years of work you've done. You've just learned something new. That's all. We made it. Oh, my fingers just need a little something for a second. That was tight. All right, next round. Let's start. Let's get on it. Let's hope it's easier. Knit through the back loop. So far, it's not easier. I think going down the needle size and losing a couple of stitches has just made it just a little bit taut. I mean, it flows a bit better, but it's still not quite fluid yet, like, if that makes any sense. Let's have a look. What do you think? I think it looks really cute. That's the back. We're up to a pearl. Knit. A pearl. Then a knit. Yeah, it's only just fitting on here. I think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty. I don't doubt that for a second. I just don't know if this is going to be an enjoyable knit. I think it's just that little bit too short for this cable now. I think I'm going to have to either switch to DPNs or magic loop it, which I don't like magic looping if I can avoid it. I don't think I've got a shorter cable. I should have a shorter cable, right? Their cables come in, no, 20 centimeters is the shortest. What's happening here? Okay. That was kind of cool. I realized I was doing the wrong stitch based on the yarn color. Yeah, this is quite tight because I'm just like, man, I'm gonna have to stick a longer cable on this. Magic loop it. It's that little bit too tight. I don't have blue shorties. I did, and then I sold them, and then I meant to restock and get myself a new set, and then I forgot, and then I stopped selling Chalgu, and I do not have shorties, which I'm kicking myself over. They do have the shorter cables. Yeah. All right. This is the problem is the cable. Actually, is this a no? That's the same length cable. That's exactly the same length cable. All right. I'm going to magic loop. I use swivels. Yeah. I need end stoppers. So you'll feed off that one and move on to another. So I'll need an end stopper on that. A cable on this one. I mean, the other option is just 2 cables, which is always a choice when you're doing circular. Note to self, that was skilled. See that left-handed? That was left-handed. Mad skills. I need it. Stop it with that little packet I just had. One end stopper. I will say I like the end stoppers for these mindful cables. They're cute little end stoppers. Alrighty. Get that out of the way. Knit through the back loop. I want that flopping over the front there. Get that out of the way. Okay. What have I done there? I've tangled that up. Try again, Chantel. Goodness me. Alrighty, we're moving again. Okay. I did make it to 12. I did, didn't I? I should. That's where we're up to. We're just switching cables over now, so we don't need to hang around for that. I will take photos and I'll add them over onto Ravelry of this completed one and the next one that we're starting, and then go from there. So, yeah. So, thank you all for joining me for today and helping me. I don't know why I'm so off center here. What's going on? Here we go. Helping me make some headbands to deal with my hair and my face, which I can't cope with. And yeah, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. And I'm really liking how these colors are working up together. So with the pinks and the blue, there we go. I'll give you the correct side. We'll see how it all goes. We'll see how it all goes. Because maybe the less stretch will be better for me. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be an experiment. Sometimes that's the fun part about yarning is the experiment, right? And it's only a small project, so it's not like massive investment in time experimentings. Anyway, I'll see you all next week, hopefully, and we'll see how it all goes. You guys have an awesome week, and I'll see some of you Sunday, definitely, and hopefully some of you Saturday if I am ready to travel. So I'll catch you all later. Bye now.